Ed Craig's book, Pakistan and American Diplomacy, provides a thorough examination of the intricate and frequently tense relationship between Pakistan and the U.S. This book delves deeply into the complex dynamics, significant diplomatic occasions, and historical background that have molded these two countries' relationships over many years. His carefully documents the beginnings of Pakistan's diplomatic ties with the United States, beginning with Pakistan's alliance with the Western Bloc in the early stages of the Cold War. He talks about how Pakistan's military ties and advantageous geographic location shaped American foreign policy in South Asia. The book explores the major junctures in this relationship, such as the U.S. dependence on Pakistan in the Afghan-Soviet War, the turbulent sanctions-era years, and the rekindled cooperation following the 9/11 attacks. It highlights how the two countries' ideological disagreements have frequently been eclipsed by geopolitical goals. Although the United States has prioritized human rights and democracy, its relationship with Pakistan has often been shaped by geopolitical and security concerns. The mutual mistrust that has harmed relations between the United States and Pakistan is a recurring subject. Craig demonstrates how a cycle of mistrust and sporadic animosity has been exacerbated by past grievances, conflicting priorities, and broken promises. The book emphasizes how larger geopolitical considerations, such as the influence of China, India, and Russia, affect relations between the United States and Pakistan. Craig examines how Pakistan has handled these connections to increase its strategic clout, frequently making relations with the United States more difficult. Craig also looks at the complicated dynamics of U.S. assistance to Pakistan, pointing out how it has been used as a diplomatic instrument, but has also made Pakistanis feel dependent on the United States and resentful of it. The central discussion of Pakistan and American diplomacy is that a complex interaction of shared mistrust, repeated cycles of cooperation and conflict, and strategic objectives have shaped Pakistan's the United States relationship. It asserts that, although geopolitical positioning, counterterrorism initiatives, and military alliances have played a major role in shaping the alliance, deep-seated mistrust, differing national priorities, and a lack of consistent, long-term policy alignment frequently undermine the alliance. The relationship between the United States and Pakistan is not just an easy alliance. Rather, it is a transactional and frequently tense cooperation, motivated more by necessity and outside forces than by long-term common interests or shared ideals. He emphasizes that both nations have often entered into a marriage of convenience, in which the pursuit of immediate gains trumps the development of a reliable and long-lasting alliance. Pakistan's internal dynamics, such as the military's considerable influence over foreign policy, its delicate relationships with Afghanistan and India, its neighbors, and its own security concerns, complicate this relationship. He criticizes how both countries have occasionally exaggerated their power and misjudged the difficulties they face on the domestic and regional fronts, resulting in reactive rather than proactive or cooperative actions. In my view as a learning student, both countries must go past short-term transactionalism and strive toward a more clear, healthy, and mutually beneficial partnership that takes into account the larger regional and global context if the U.S.-Pakistan relationship is going to grow beyond its historical pattern of highs and lows. Craig's main critique of U.S. diplomacy in Pakistan is that it has frequently been reactive rather than proactive, with a focus on forging short-term tactical alliances rather than long-term strategic partnerships. Repeated cycles of involvement and disengagement brought on by this discrepancy have eroded collaboration and confidence. The book suggests that both countries must put aside their historical grievances and transactional mindsets in order to have a more fruitful and long-lasting alliance. In order to be a more dependable partner, Pakistan needs to solve its internal problems, such as extremism and governance. The U.S. should also acquire a more sophisticated understanding of Pakistan's domestic concerns and regional goals. It is imperative that both nations establish a relationship founded on reciprocal respect, common interests, and a dedication to enduring objectives in order to effectively traverse the intricacies of diplomatic relations.